Wait till you see what Giuliano brought us. As soon as I seen these were coming out, you guys know they scream my name. Come on, Beavis and Butthead, MTV, and the Mutts Cuts van. And these are all the first time these cars have been out. Well, not the castings, like that casting's been out. The Pacer's been out. But I mean the Mutts Cuts. I want to make a 118 Mutts Cuts custom one I've seen people do. I was off today because I was under the weather. I have to go get a big needle in my stomach right now, and that's where we're going. How did I get these? Because these are white hot, sizzling hot right now. They haven't even hit the stores in Hamilton yet. My friend G was out of town today and he knew that I would want them, messaged me, and I did not respond to him. You know what he did? He grabbed them and kept the receipt because he knew that if I happened to say no, which I wouldn't, he can take them back, worst case scenario, but somebody's going to want them. But he thought of me, and this is why it's important to work together. Because if you help other people, they help you when you need help. Treat others how you want to be treated. Just like that. Uh-oh, left my good ice pack in the car from last time, so it's not going to be frozen. I got to use some frozen veggies. Now you might ask yourself, why would our friend Retro be going to get a big long needle in his stomach? That can't be fun. Because I love that kind, that's why. No, just kidding. I've been pretty open with you guys. I used to be, and I say used to be, and I'll tell you why I say used to be, but I used to be addicted to drugs. From a back injury, they gave me hydromorphone. That's how it started. And a few months later, it wasn't working, and I was taking about a month's worth of it in a week to get by, to go to work and stuff like that. And I ended up buying medications off the street, ended up using fentanyl, all the other stuff. Like anything I could get my hands on, I was using it because I had a high tolerance for everything. And then one day I overdosed. I don't want to get into that too much, but it was about 6 years ago. I almost died, and luckily I had been wanting to be clean. I was staying up at night Googling, how to get clean. I would find clinics and stuff like that, but most of them were for-profit clinics. I would email them, they'd get back to me, sure, we'll help you, it'll cost, $4,000. Okay, I'm a drug addict, I don't have $4,000, I don't have a rich family. So it was a vicious circle because I'd stay clean for 3 or 4 days and then I would start getting sick. And you have to hold a job down and maintain a family and stuff like that. So it was a vicious cycle because I was either sick or not sick all the time. So basically when I got clean, they started giving me what's called Suboxone, which is a medication, it's a pill. And it doesn't get me high, doesn't give me any sort of buzz. All it does apparently is it takes away cravings, and that's about it. That's all I feel from it. So I was taking that. When I first started taking it, I would take it like everybody else had to take it. I would go to the pharmacy daily, and I would go to the Walmart pharmacy. They would give it to me. I'd have to stand there. They would look under my tongue, make sure I swallowed it, make sure I wasn't smuggling it out, whatever. And then after a couple months of clean urine tests and nothing ever happening, that looks like my old boss Naomi actually. After a couple of old tests, or what am I talking about? After a couple of months of tests and nothing happening, I've never had a dirty pee test. Well, I did have one, but it was a false positive that I could tell you about later. It was for codeine, actually, of all things, an over-the-counter drug you could buy at Walmart. But because I had never had a relapse, they called me in one day, and my doctor, Dr. Lori, who's an amazing lady and doctor, she's an addictions doctor, she said, "You are my most stable male patient." And I have a lot of patients here. She said, "I have you and I have a female that I would like to choose. We have this brand new medication. They're actually testing it out on people in prisons. It's called Sublocade, and instead of taking Suboxone every day, you get a monthly injection. And we want to see, we're picking people, like we want people that obviously are stable. You've never had a relapse." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'll try it." And I've been on it for probably almost 2 years now. It's going awesome. I'm on the lowest dose, thankfully, so when I go to get off of it, it'll be easy. In fact, we're talking about me trying to wean off it now. The only concern that I have is that it does have painkiller properties, and Diane is worried that if I try to get off of this, because it's done nothing but give me my life back, a better life. Diane's worried if I try to get off of it, I'm going to be in pain again. She's not worried about me doing drugs again. Like, it's out of my mind. I'm done with them, and that's why I brought up trying to get off of this. Yeah, so that's the only concern. If I go to wean off of it, all of a sudden I'm having tons of pain. That wouldn't be good. Because this is something that I've talked to the doctor, and she agrees. Like, I would be willing to take it the rest of my life because it has no adverse side effects for me. And it's done nothing but give me a new life. So I would take it forever if I had to. It's a minor inconvenience. To anybody that thinks of getting it, always use an ice pack. Do not try to tough it out. Bring one from home if they don't have one. Because let me tell you, there was one day I said, "You know what? I'm going to try to tough it out without an ice pack." And about an hour later, I was feeling it and it was burning. Also, if you get a doctor that hurts you with that needle, and it's possible because it's a big, long needle, and let me tell you, if they don't do it correctly, it hurts for an hour. If you get a doctor like that, I got one, I'm not going to mention her name. I've had males and females doing it. It was actually a female. She hurt me the one time. I said something to her about it. She apologized. It wasn't her fault. She's a nice lady. Good doctor, too. Just has problems giving this. It's an intramuscular or something. I can't remember how they explained it, but Dr. Lori explained it to me. And yeah, she said she would like to train this lady and just show her, because everybody else does it and I don't feel it, but this one here, wow, I refuse. Like, if I walked in today and it was her going to give me this needle, I would refuse. That's how bad it is. But it's well worth it. Like I said, no side effects. You leave with a Band-Aid, and it's once a month. Unfortunately, it is $670 a month. Any medication that works well, like even this medication I'm waiting for approval for my ITP, it's something to save my life. So of course that's $1,600 a month, you know what I mean? But any good medication like that, it seems like it's a crazy price. So thank God for benefits. Yeah, but it's totally turned my life around. Like, if you guys knew me and seen my transformation, you'd be like, holy crap. So, if anybody's wanting to get clean and do this way, I highly recommend it. And screw the stigma attached to it. That's why I talk about it. That's part of the problem with people not getting clean, is because they're embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I used to use all the time alone because I was embarrassed. So that's what I try to do, talking about it, is try to take the stigma away and show people, if I could get clean, you can get clean. Because I was a hopeless drug addict. I wanted to get clean, but I thought it wasn't physically possible. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. We're going right down to the heart of the ghetto, guys, to get this needle. Barton Street, right down in the bad area. I think it's somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, we have to walk back a bit because I walked a bit too far, or drove a bit too far, but that's okay. But this is the ghetto, guys. This is the area where you do not leave anything visible in your car. It will get robbed. That's Barton and Sherman right there. I can't film inside the clinic because of privacy, obviously. But I'm gonna see if I can film my needle, because it's a big one. I'll show you guys the area. You could usually tell a low-income area if you see money marts or pawn shops, or what I used to tell Diane, if you see a payphone, you're usually in a bad area. Here we go. Not normally the one I come to. Nice, they had a real ice pack. I like the secretary they got here. She's friendly. So yeah, I'll see if it's cool if I film it, the needle going in. But I'm sure it'll be okay. She's very cool, so. Sure. Okay, yeah, it's rolling. I'm not gonna get her on film. I'm just getting the needle, guys.
Cold spot. You're not gonna get drunk. All right, there's your alcohol swab. We can use this as a teaching thing for.
Exactly.
I do actually do some teaching with it. Let's make it cool. Gonna squeeze your skin really hard. Whoa, not gonna be able to see, but there we go. There goes your poke. And we're gonna put it in really fast, and it's out. That's it. That's how.
All good, guys. That's it. Son of a bitch. See, when she does it, she knows what she's doing. And you know what I just noticed? What I just didn't do in there? I didn't pee. I'm supposed to do a pee test. But they don't usually. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you gotta think, this is, you know, almost 6 years later of clean pee tests, so they don't really worry about it. They did tell me that they do get audited once in a while, so sometimes they do have to check me, but they don't. They know that I'm not into it, so. Yeah, next time I go there, I'm gonna pee just because, to make sure they're not getting in trouble, anything like that. It's awesome that they trust me though, but I don't want anybody getting in trouble, so. I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong, by the way, you know what I'm saying. I don't want anybody ever saying, oh, why isn't this needle guy getting tested or something? I don't know how it works. I just don't want them to be in that position for being nice to me. Ooh, you should have seen how we got out of that parking lot spot, guys. Dukes of Hazzard style. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is, I got my injection. Still not feeling the greatest. It's the energy. That's the reason I missed work today. It was the ITP, the energy level thing. I slept, felt like I didn't have any sleep, and had the dumb feeling starting to come back. But the good thing is, it's not as bad as it was, where I feel unsafe driving my car. It got that bad. And my doctor's aware of it, because I did my blood test yesterday, so he's likely going to be calling me to refill my steroid prescription. Still waiting on the approval on this other. I don't know what's taking so long for that. Like, I've got an appointment June 11th, but obviously, you know, I can't wait that long. That's a while away, or June something, anyway. But yeah, the pop culture, those, you know, with the muck cuts and stuff, they hit Waterdown today, which is just outside Hamilton. It's basically almost a suburb of Hamilton on the outskirts. So I can smell them. They're close. So I want to stop by Barton just in case, because you never know. We're in the area, and that's a store we used to frequent, but we don't anymore. So I would like to check. Might need a little bit of air in the tire. Heard a little squawk going around the corner. Sorry if the phone was crooked there. Her name is Dr. Lori. Awesome doctor, and I've had her since the beginning. And stuff like this is not easy to talk about. And I've become, I consider her a friend. Like, she was just telling me about her Addams Family pinball machine, because I told her I have a collectibles channel, and she was like, oh, wow. And then she told me all about her pinball machine. She played it when she was younger and wanted one bad, and then, yeah, she has one now, which I think is awesome. And she's really good at it and loves it. Rain, go away. Oh, well. So we're going to turn up where I took you guys last time. We're going to go under the steel mill on Ottawa Street. It's a part here in Hamilton where the road goes underneath the mill. Well, not really underneath the ground, but you know what I mean. They kind of had to, you know. And thank God they had a real ice pack there. The other clinic I go to has this ice pack that's like a gel one, and it's not really good, like it's not the best kind. So yeah, it doesn't really work very well. So I was bringing one from home, but the good one that I have at home, the problem is it was sitting in this car from last time. So if it was sitting in this car from last time, it's not frozen. Damn, Neil. So today I'm bringing it in. And we're just going to go quick before that light turns green, and we got her. Roads here are terrible because they have those big coil trucks. They're the big trucks that carry the coils of steel, and they weigh a gazillion tons and have 28 friggin' tires on them. Well, not 28, but you get my point. To the left here is where I worked. Steel making. I worked right in that door there. And that was the last time I worked in there, actually, was in that part. All those years ago, I think I did work in there a couple times. But I remember it stuck out, me working in there from all the times driving by it, right? Oh, cool, I'm working in this part of the mill. And up comes Wally here. This is the Ghetto Wally. So, never know what we could see here. Might see some actions. This is the Walmart here. It was funny because I was leaving at nighttime. I go to leave, and the employees have all the front doors locked. I'm trying to walk out. They're like, sir, don't go out. Well, what's wrong? What do you mean? I'm leaving. Oh, there's a guy out there. He's crazy, blah, blah, blah. I walk out in the lobby. There's a guy about 120 pounds soaking wet. Looked like Skeletor banging on the glass. I opened up the door, walked by him, looked at him. It was funny. The employees thought I was nuts, but you can't let a guy like that do that. Come on. Came in at the right time. Didn't I tell you I could smell them? Some of those are decent, like that truck. Nope. You know where we're going since we're out next on the way home? Toys R Us. I was gonna turn the video off, but I thought, why not take the Retro Maniacs on a cruise? In the Silver Bullet. Take them for a nice cruise. In the Hammer. The nice Hammer Town. We're gonna leave Hammer Town and we're gonna go to our new place of residence in Stony Creek, Ontario. If that guy doesn't pull out and hit us with the red transit van. And then, first, we're gonna check Toys R Us. That pop culture set's close to my store. I can smell it. Usually Thursday and Friday, I have a good day. So between now and Friday, I'm gonna have those. Watch. But since I didn't feel well today and I had that procedure done, I'm gonna check at a time I wouldn't normally check. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be totally hypocritical, and I'm going to get over into that left side lane, and I am going to do 40 and plug this whole thing up. You know what? Props to this transport truck, because you see them in the left-hand lane doing this. He's not plugging the left-hand lane. I hope he doesn't have a problem, blown tire or something. Going pretty slow. Oh no, he's good. He took off the hazards. Now we'll see if there's a policeman down here doing radar. Now watch to the left. If he's here, he'll be to the left. When we go down this hill and that guy's flying, and that's somebody that'll get caught. He's doing about double the speed limit, the guy in the black truck, and those are the ones they love to catch right there. I'm doing 10 over, guys, actually 20 over, so no, 10 over, so what's the truck doing up there? Look at him. He's almost out of eyesight. This isn't a highway. So if they, and every week when I used to take this, I'd see people nail. Sometimes you see vehicles going on flatbeds. It's all clear, there's no need to be in the left-hand lane. Traffic's perfect. Why drive like that? It's not backed up at all. Speed limit 70, I'm doing 80. Not even in 5th gear. Pop her up in 5th anyway. Pick it up a little bit since we're going down here. Down here and over here. I have to get around this guy, it looks like. But then we have a little silver car blocking the left lane, like what I was just preaching about, so we can't get around them. And we got a truck blocking the left lane, so that's probably why the silver car can't get by. Ugh, guys, my peppy. Even the learner, the guy in the truck 2 vehicles ahead says learner on it. He's not even plugging the lane. This turn off here where I'm about to turn off, I had a couple years ago. I'm on this turn off here, it says 40, I'm doing like 60 around it. All of a sudden, I see something out of my right hand eye, and there's another Mazda 3, a much newer one than mine, passing me. And I'm like, what the hell? And I actually chased the guy a little bit, but he took off on me. I think it was a stolen car, a kid in a stolen car. And it's like what my buddy Frank said to me, who doesn't have such a hot head. He's like, why would you chase him? What were you gonna do if you caught him? Yell at him? Good point. So yeah, but I was pissed because he could have caused an accident. So it was a young guy. We don't even have to merge on because we're getting right off. Get around this guy. Going a little bit quick for a truck. The new driver ain't no slow body. Well, we were nailing all the green lights. It makes me think we're gonna walk in and find something, but we'll have to see. Either way, we're getting out of the house, guys. I'm taking you guys out for a tour. that needle that I mention once in a while, you guys finally got to see what the heck I'm talking about. And like I said, if any of you guys get that needle, if the person that's administering it is hurting you, don't let them do it. Get somebody else. The lady that was hurting me, like I said, she's a great doctor, very smart lady. I actually felt bad because I didn't want her to get in trouble. I just said nicely, as nice as I could, I would rather her not give my needles. Because yeah, it happened 2 or 3 times, and I'm talking, an hour and a half later, I was still feeling it, and it's a burn, let me tell you. It's not a good feeling if they don't do it right. Dr. Lori, you seen the way she did it. Boom, boom. Go ahead, bud. You were there first. Mamacita. Mamacita. That's a cool combo, the Taurus with the Ford truck. Wow, that is interesting. Nothing good over in the DC figures. Why don't they have a Knight Rider one over here, or Batman 89 that I need? Never when I need it. A couple years ago, lots. Oh, that's awesome. Satriales from Sopranos. It's an interesting line. I'm just not into Indiana Jones, but they look like they got cool stuff coming. What the heck? That's funny. Turtles with the Ducati. Go check our Wally. So as you see, I have a disabled parking permit, but I don't park in the spots unless I need to. I'm sore, or yeah, basically that's it. And usually if it's raining or shitty weather, that's when my arthritis acts up. So the other morning I was parked in a disabled spot over here, and I actually made a short because there's people that seem to think that you have to look a certain way to have a disability. And I made a short explaining that you shouldn't just assume that. So anyway, I was parked here. Now keep in mind, guys, it's 7 a.m. The store had just opened, okay? So at 7 a.m. the store had just opened, so the parking lot's empty. There's all the parking spots you want. I parked in a disabled, and I go in, do my thing, I come out. As I come out, I hear somebody yell, and I'm not even paying attention. I had just left my buddy. And I turn around, it's a guy getting into a black SUV. Not that black SUV the gentleman just got into, a different one. And this one's running, and the guy's sitting kind of at the... it's funny, ironically, this guy's parked in the fire lane, yelling at me. I turn around, I say, "Excuse me? Yeah, that's a handicap spot, eh?" I said, "Okay." I just stood there looking at him. And he goes, "Yeah, so don't park in it." I said, "I've got a disabled permit." And then he said something like, "Yeah, whatever, punk," or he said something called... something punk, he said. And this is some dude that appears to be about my age. And it looked like he might have been filming me, so I'm hoping that this comes up on the internet, because he will look like a complete fool because of this. See that right there? Yeah. And I mean, it's not like I abuse it. I'm parked how far away from now? So he said that, and I reacted in a way that I actually feel pretty stupid now, and I hope that he didn't catch that on camera. But I might have yelled something back at him, and he was yelling back, but wouldn't get out of his car. He was like 50 or 100 feet away, driving away, and I might have started flapping my arms like a chicken. But, oh well, that's the point is, you don't bother somebody if they're not bothering you, you know what I mean? Let's say that bonehead was right. and I didn't have a disabled permit. Who is he to say something? Call bylaw, dude. What are you, the parking cops? Nothing this morning, so they coming. I could smell them. Might even already be in here. I can smell them. Those are decent, but I quit those. I had a collection of just over 50 M2 machines chases, if you look in my old videos, ranging in rarity from one of 167, I believe was my rarest one, all the way up to one of 750. I had some pretty cool ones. I quit them when I hit 50. I didn't get them all in the store either. I wish I did. I'd be lying to you if I said I did. I bought some, got some for smoking deals, traded some. Just checking the wrestling figures. You never know if there's a chase. I see a new line of figures I always check because these are the perfect size for one of 18 scale die-cast cars. Unfortunately, there's nobody to go, like there's no matching car, right? Dave H got some pretty good display ideas, and one of the ideas he got was, he said, you know that Impala that he got a stock 1964 Impala, one of 18 scale, and it's completely bone stock, but it's a beautiful car. He said, what if I were to get a figure of Ice Cube to put beside it, or like Eazy-E, or both of them? I was like, dude, that would be killer. The older lady's got some style. See her pants? Trying not to show you her face, but I thought it was cool because it was a couple of grandparents, and she had cool Adidas pants on. It's funny, every once in a while I'll get usually a younger person that'll say, oh, like your tracksuit, man, those are coming back in style. Coming back in style. They were never out of style. And that's where I am lucky. I've dressed the same way since I was in my, mid to late teens. The stuff never goes out of style. Like, I still wear, some of it did. I mean, you don't see me rocking the .0 shirts and all that stuff. But a lot of it is the same stuff I used to wear, right down to the shoes. Come on. Go ahead, sir. Money in the city, people aren't used to people waiting. I need to stand outside with a plastic pail and just beat on it. See if people will give me money. Because I'm just standing there beating a pail. Home, James. That one had zero rust. See that? Zero rust. It looked like it was a repaint because it didn't look like a factory color, but I could be wrong. And it had decent little rims on it. Like, it looked like it had all been recently freshened up. I would love my car but brand new. I love my car. This little thing is pretty zippy for what it is. I love that it's a manual. So fun to drive. I don't know about you all, but that looks pretty good to me right about now. One last look before I let you guys go. And you know the message I always give you guys. It's the same message all the time. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Last look at these guys. Now my message about crew up, okay? When you crew up to help each other in your little circle, make sure that you trust the people that you're letting in. For example, and this is strictly just an example, but say you let Ali G become a prospect to join your circle, and you start showering him with stuff from the other members of the circle. But then he's finding stuff, posting it all over, and he's not kicking anything in. And the only time you're hearing from him is when he wants more Mustangs. Now that's just a fictional story, but it could happen, right? So you got to make sure that it's a give and take situation for sure. With G, there's like with the guys in my circle, there's never, ever a question. There was a time that went by that he wasn't able to get out hunting a lot, and he was concerned about that. And I said, dude, like that's got nothing to do with why you're in my circle, so don't worry about that, ever. But yeah, now he's back on his feet, and he is, like I said, when it comes to hunting, speed kills. And yeah, he's been doing good lately. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, I'm remembering to take the camera for interesting stuff to show you guys. Please smash the like button for me. Please subscribe and share. And as always, guys, happy hunting.
This beat is stupid grimy, that's a Cobra Kai kick. There's some open eyes, shit open eyes when I spit. I get riled up like dogs around the postmaster. The dough stack up with no manner. I'm crack